I'm Lynette and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you a tutorial on this look right here. And swatches from the new Vintage Rose palette from Give Me Glow Cosmetics. Now, if you've been here before and you've been following me, you know that this is my second purchase from Give Me Glow. I did previously finally grab some of their single eyeshadows and used them off camera and did a look that I posted on Instagram. And so this will be the second time, only my second purchase from them, and my second time using eyeshadows from their line. And the palette I'm using today is their newest release. It is called the Vintage Rose palette. This is the packaging, which is absolutely beautiful. That is the back. And then this is the box. And then the palette looks exactly the same. And it's really, really beautiful. I mean, I don't know if it's really translating on camera, but it's really, really pretty in person. And I don't know how it's possible, but the shadows are even more beautiful in person than they are in pictures. I believe it retails for $36 and you get 8 large size eyeshadow pans in it. This is the standard size for Give Me Glow. These are the eyeshadow pans that they normally produce, and the colors are just absolutely beautiful. I mean, in person, they're absolutely gorgeous. And the swatches, the mattes, like the blush pink, that really hot light pink, is a little dry to the touch, but all of the shades swatch so smoothly. The matte swatch so smoothly, and the shimmers, many of the swatches you saw were just one swipe down my arm, just so beautifully pigmented. And yeah, so I was really excited when I got this palette. As you can see, it comes with a nice little size mirror. I was really excited when I got it and I couldn't wait to play in it. So today is my first time using it and this is the look I created. So let's cut right to the chase. If you'd like to see how I created this look today and hear my thoughts upon using the Give Me Glow Vintage Rose palette for the first time, then keep on watching. Today I'm starting off with the LA Girl HD Pro Concealer in the color Fawn, and I'm using my Sigma E55 brush to blend it out. Now I'm taking the shade Blush Pink from the Give Me Glow Vintage Rose palette and my Sonia G Crease Pro brush, and I'm going to place that in the inner half of my crease. And I was pleasantly surprised at how pigmented, number one, this shadow was, that it showed up on my skin without using a white base. I used a concealer that was pretty much my skin tone. And as I kept building the color, sometimes with shades like this, my experience has been I build them up and then I start to blend them out and then they change color. Usually they darken, but this stayed true to color. It looks the same on my skin as it does in the palette, which was really, really nice. So as you can see, I'm able to build it up and it remains that same like bubblegum pink shade and very pigmented and easy to apply, easy to blend. Now I'm going back into the palette and I'm taking Rust Rose on a Refer P07A brush, and I'm going to put that on the outer corner and halfway across the outer crease. And as you can see, pretty pigmented from jump, and blends out really easily, and I didn't really have to do very much blending between these two shades, the pink and this like dark cranberry shade. And I went back into the palette several times to build it up, but really didn't need to. As you can see, it's pretty pigmented now. I could have stopped here if I wanted to. And I did bring it into the crease as well. Now going in with Velvet Petals and a Real Techniques shading brush. And I'm going to concentrate that in the outer V and on the outer half of my lid, as well as halfway into the crease. And you can see this is a really beautiful deep dark cranberry shade as well. This shade and this Rust Rose go very well together. And I'm just going to pack that on and blend, pack and blend, pack and blend. Now I'm going back in with that original crease brush with that I used for the Rust Rose, and I didn't apply any additional shadow onto the brush. I'm just using that to try to blend these two cranberry shades together so that we have a nice seamless blend. And it wasn't difficult to do. Now I'm going and I'm taking Bouquet, and I did wet my brush, and this is a Sephora shadow brush. This is one of their new brushes, and I'm going to place that about 3/4 the way onto my lid. And I did go a little bit above my crease. That's what I like to do because I have that fold and hooded eyes. I'd like to take these shimmer metallic shades above the crease so that you can see them, because they're so pretty. And this is very pretty. You don't get a big bang out of it, but it's very pretty. Now I'm going in with Copper Rose, another shimmer, and the same brush. I just use the other side. I also wet it, and I'm going to put that in the inner third of the eyelid and up into the crease, and I'm going to meet that Bouquet and blend those two together, and then back in with Velvet Petals to blend that onto the lid, because you know you want to have a seamless blend. This is my NYX Blame It on Midnight eyeshadow, and I'm taking an ABH brush. It comes from one of the palettes that I have, and I'm just going to use that as my underbrow highlight. And now I'm just cleaning up the fallout, which was very minimal. And now I'm taking the Colourpop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Boots, and I'm going to run that in my waterline. And it looked like it wasn't adhering to, you'll see it, that little piece right there on my eyelid. Okay, it looks like it was there. Oh no, see, there it is. It looks like there's a spot that it's not covering. I don't know if it's not adhering or if as I'm putting it on, it's taking it off. But so I had to build that up, and thankfully I was able to do so. It's a really pretty pink shade. And now I'm just going back in with the Rust Rose, and I'm using a Makeup Geek. Is that a Makeup Geek brush? I'm using some brush to blend that onto my lower lash line. This is a bigger, fluffier. It is tapered, but normally, you know, I use my little tiny Makeup Geek pencil brush, but I wanted something a little fluffier this time around and make it a little more smoky underneath my eye as opposed to really concentrated. So I guess this brush worked out pretty well. And then I'm going to go in with Velvet Petals, and now I'm using my Makeup Geek pencil brush because I want that to be a little more precise and closer to my waterline. And I'm going to add that and blend it over top that shade. I'm going to go halfway across the lower lash line. And now I'm taking the shade Blossom in that same pencil brush, and I used this dry, and I was really surprised at how pigmented and shimmery and metallic it was dry. I did experience some fallout with it dry, just so you know. This is the completed look. I used the Kiss lashes in the style Chic and the Milk Makeup black gel eyeliner to tight line, and I do like the way it came out. And that is the completed look. So what are my thoughts after using this palette for the first time? I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. Not only is it a beautiful palette aesthetically speaking, but it worked beautifully as well. This blush pink shade right here, this really like bright but pastel like pink, so beautiful, so pigmented. I really didn't have to build it up, but in doing so, it stayed true. First of all, it showed up on my skin tone, which was amazing. And then as I continued to build it up and blend it, it stayed true to color, which I don't always find to be the case with a lot of light colored shadows, with dark colored shadows as well. But this shade stayed through pink. It looks just the same on my eye as it does in the pan. And I didn't use a white base underneath these shadows. I used a concealer that's close to my skin tone, and these colors still showed up. I really didn't have to build up any of them very much. I did so because I like a rich look, but I didn't really need to build them up as much as I did. And they blend out beautifully, effortlessly, really. And the shimmers, I did use wet, except for the one in my inner corner. I used that one dry, and I was not expecting, I don't know why, but I was not expecting this full-on bright shimmer that I got. If I was to do this look over again, I would not have used that inner corner. I really wanted to keep it subtle. I was really loving the pink, but you know, my first time using the palette, I want to show you as many of the shadows in action as possible, so I did that. But you could totally do this look and skip that. You could just use the matte pink on the inner corner, or you could have just gone in and extended that copper rose that's on the inner lid. You can extend that right into the inner corner as well. And yeah, it's beautiful. I used every shade actually in the palette except for the greens, these two greens here. I do wish that this green here, the shimmer green Thorn, it looks so much brighter in the palette, but when you swatch it, it's a lot, I don't know, it just seems like it's a lot darker to me once you apply it than it is in the palette. So I really wish that one had been a little brighter, although it's still a beautiful shade. I did find myself, when using the palette, I did find myself wanting to have a light pink or like something very close to this shade, if not this same shade, in a metallic shimmer formula. I would have loved to have put that on my lid and in my inner corner. But aside from that, I think all of the shadows that they put in the palette work really well together. I think it's a beautiful, cohesive color story, and I'm so glad I have it. I'm so glad I have it in my collection. I can't wait to use it again. Of course, when I do, I will be using these greens right here and probably incorporating this shade as well. If you would like to see me do that look on camera here on YouTube, then please let me know in the comments below and I'll get that out to you. If you were thinking about getting this palette, if you should or not, and if you can get your hands on it, I say definitely do it. I know I don't have this color pink anywhere in my collection, and these shadows were just so easy to use. This look took such little time. Of course, it took longer than it normally would because I'm filming it, but it took so little time to do because there really wasn't a whole lot of work I had to put into getting these shadows to work. So I am in love. I'm in love. The indie brands do it again. Love the packaging, love the shadows, love everything about it. Let me know, is this a palette you have your eye on? Are you planning to pick it up? Did you find this video helpful at all? If you did, then please go ahead and give it a like and consider subscribing, because I do eyeshadow tutorials along with hauls, swatches, and reviews here on my channel every Saturday. As always, I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope to see you again next week. Until then, bye-bye.